What's up, guys? Welcome back for another episode. You guys got to check this hilarious video out, guys. It's critical race theory put in animation form. The title is Critical Race Theory, the animated series. But guys, literally, this video should be changed to this is how to be a victim. This is how to continue to push the victim mentality, the victim card, your entire life. Because this video right here, it offers no hope. It just says there was a problem and it's never been alleviated, even though when you look around, Black people in America are prospering all over the place, but they want to treat the year 2021 as if it is 1964. Guys, you're going to get a good laugh out of this video right here. But before we get into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified anytime I make a video. And I'm going to play it, guys. I'll stop it, give some commentary, and we could just laugh together. At the end of the day, I mean, it's really just the mindset that these people push, that if you're a person of color, you're competing with the white man. The white man is the standard. It's us versus white people. And it doesn't have to be that. You know, when I think about my own personal self, my own personal bank account, my own personal choices, my own personal life, I'm not comparing it to a white person. I am in a competition with myself, and I am trying to become a better version of me. And I'm not comparing myself to a white person. But you guys are going to see this whole video is basically white people are the gold standard, and all Black and brown people are competing with them because they are the standard of what we should be. And it's sick. And it doesn't make sense. And I reject it because I'm not competing against white people per se. I'm really first and foremost competing against myself. I want to become a better me, a better husband. I want to get my YouTube channel better. I want to be better at my regular day job. I want to be a better father. I mean, I'm not in competition with anybody else, guys. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at this video and laugh together because it's a great way to start off our beautiful Saturday weekend. Bye-bye. All right, so real quick. All right, and I'm going to let it play more instead of jumping in as much. Just want to point this out. The year 1909, all right? So it's 1909, and we have a white man in front of a white lady, and that's fitting because men make more money than women. So they're running with it looks like a capsule of money, and they say bye-bye as they leave a Black person, and I guess this is a Hispanic person in the dust. All right. Wealth disparities. So in 1964, that is when the timeline starts for these people. It's hilarious how the world starts in 1964. If you are a Black person in America, your life starts in 1964. Everything is starting in 1964. There is nothing else that happened. All that's happened is doom and gloom and woe is me. But let's just acknowledge the fact that Black people were allowed to make money during that time. Black people were allowed to save money during that time. Black people were allowed to be married and stayed married. You know, Thomas Sowell did a lot of, he revealed in a study that prior to 1964, the illegitimacy rate was around, I think, 30% in the Black community. Post 1964, the illegitimacy rate with children being born out of wedlock is now at like 70%. So, yeah, you started late, but your families deteriorated after the so-called late start. And now the cloud of discrimination has come over us. And at some point, we just have to say, all right, guys, we realized there was discrimination in the past. We realized that there was Jim Crow in the past. But as of today, all of those things have been decade upon decade alleviated. Decade after decade, these things have been alleviated. It's as if these people who teach critical race theory, they're stuck in the 1960s. There has been so much progress. I mean, I would love, I want to show you guys King Randall. You guys have heard of King Randall because he's the type of black person who, okay, he acknowledges that all of this stuff happened, but you know what? At the end of the day, if we just continue to teach people, hey, this is how you be a victim, this is how you accept the fact that you are behind white people, this is why there has to be all this racially conscious policy because of all these things that actively discriminate against white people. You know, people like King Randall, they don't get caught up in this. People like me don't get caught up in this because at the end of the day, you could receive all the discrimination that happened in the past, but it's about how you play your hand now. Okay. I don't care what happened in the 1960s in 2021 when it comes to a 25-year-old white man or black man or Hispanic man today making choices. At the end of the day, they have to make the best choice for themselves that's not crime and that will push themselves forward. It doesn't matter what happened in the 1960s anymore. It really doesn't. It's about what are you doing today to become a better version of you. Yep, poor schooling. Now I wonder what came first, because everybody wants to talk about poor schooling. Even today, I just did a video yesterday of Baltimore public schools, and I wonder why schools suck in some of these areas. Is it because the teachers suck? Is it because the administrators are terrible? Or is it because you have a group of kids who do not value school? So instead of coming to school to learn, they come to school to run amok. They come to school to socialize. They come to school to do everything except schooling. And that is from where in my opinion, the foundation of a bad school is you continue to fill that school with kids who are not in the mindset of being students. Who put that there? Who dug that hole? Underemployment. I think this next part is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Standardized test. Those are so racist. Guys, those are so racist to have a standard for a test. You know, it's really a shame that some schools are getting rid of the SAT and ACT because they buy this garbage pushed by critical race theory that standardized tests are racist. At the end of the day, if you are unable to pass your test, then that just means you have to do more studying. You have to do more work. You have to prepare more. But notice how this whole video, there's zero self-responsibility. There's zero accountability. If a black or brown person is failing a standardized test, there's something wrong with the test. There's nothing wrong with the black or brown person. It's the test is racist. But there's zero accountability here. Like what about, hey, study more. Hey, prepare more. Hey, just spend more time with people that are passing the test and collaborate with them, study with them. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about studying. But nobody wants to say it when you're in a critical race theory mindset. It's always woe is me. Things are happening to me. And it's never a mindset of let me conquer. Let me become a better version of myself. No, it's never become a better version of myself. It's, oh, the white people are here and they'll always be here and I'll always be here. Boo hoo, wah wah. Can you guys guess what this is? School to prison pipeline. Okay, guys, it's really simple. This is how you stay out of prison. You don't break the law. You don't sell drugs. You don't commit domestic violence. You don't steal cars. I've known people that I went to school with, middle school and high school, who while they were still in school, they started jacking cars. Okay, and guess what they're part of? They're part of the statistic of school to prison pipeline. Okay, so because my buddy decided to commit grand theft auto, it's the school's fault. It's a representation of the school to prison pipeline, and not a representation of, well, the kid actually got caught up in gang activity, got caught up in trying to make money fast. Therefore, he decided to start jacking cars, and he got caught, and he was in prison. I mean, so it's very simple. Do you want to be in jail or not? Don't break the law. Don't break the law. Don't do things that will sacrifice your future. But again, zero accountability. We tell kids that they're the victim and that they should always say, woe is me. And this is all happening because somebody else is making it happen to me. It has nothing to do. Like, think about how stupid this video is. This kid, this guy was just running, and then they throw a jail cell on him. That's not what happens. People that get thrown in jail, like my old friend, they got thrown in jail because they were jacking cars. They weren't going on a jog. They weren't just simply sprinting. They were sprinting. Their feet were running to crime, and then they ended up in prison. It's ridiculous. So now she has to run by herself. You could rest here, baby. No. House segregation. Yeah. And they still talk about that. But at the end of the day, I mean, I remember, so I was at a church, and it was predominantly Black and Hispanic church. And, you know, and some of the church members started talking about this type of stuff. And some of the leaders started talking about, you know, this type of discrimination and this and that. And Black people are oppressed at every turn. And I was like, you know, I started looking around, and I was like, all right, there's 15 young Black men in this church right now. Do you guys realize that out of the 15, it's like 14 of them are thriving in this world? And we're not even 30 yet. We're like, everybody was below 35. And it's like, we're all married. We all have good jobs. We all have stayed out of crime. We all are moving forward. We all started, poor coming out of college. And now almost everybody had a job that significantly moved them up. I was like, you guys are talking about Black people being oppressed at every single turn, but I'm sitting here in this church looking around and saying that all the Black people I see are thriving. All the Black people I see are moving forward. All the Black people I see are making the most out of their life. And the reason why is because they made certain choices that resulted in prosperity. So all of this, we're being held back. Well, that was true at one point in time, but now in 2021, in the 21st century, it's like, yo, if you want to make it out here, you can. And I see it happen every single day. And when I was at this church, it was like, why are we so focused on the people that make bad choices and don't make it, when we're literally sitting amongst a whole bunch of Black and brown people who are successful because we made the right choices to be successful? But no, it's not about choices with critical race theory. It's all about systems of oppression. Sha'Carri Richardson, you better stop running. Oh, man, this is hilarious. Yo, that is good. You hear the you hear the heroic. Oh, and the woman is still running. So the man has the most privilege, obviously, because you guys gotta, take into account intersectionality. White, male, Christian, heterosexual guys are the most privileged according to critical race theory. Listen to this heroic music in the background. Oh gosh. One day they're gonna realize that we're all privileged. We are privileged to be United States of America citizens. Yeah, I made it because of my privilege. Gosh, it's a joke. It's literally a joke. And it teaches the victim mentality. Last thing I want to show you guys is, you know what? There's hope out there. There's hope. There is hope because there are men like King Randall, talked about him earlier, who they don't buy all that crap. King Randall doesn't buy all that garbage. King Randall says, you know what? We're going to be the change. We're going to do what we have to do. We don't have to worry about systems of oppression. We're going to start our lives by taking responsibility. So when he starts mentoring young kids and young adults, the first thing he instills in them is you got to be the change. You have to do what's right. Don't be sitting here waiting for no systemic change or, this and that. Oh, you've been the victim your whole life. King Randall literally is like, yo, it's about playing the cards you're dealt. All right. And the crazy thing about it is, believe it or not, poor people come in every shape, color, and size. Being poor in America is not synonymous with being black, but that's the lie that social justice warriors want to push. And in reality, it's like, okay, if you're poor, it's mainly your fault, and you have to figure out how not to be poor. And that's what people like King Randall do. They say, okay, maybe I started off poor, but I'm not going to stay poor. I'm going to figure out how to succeed. I'm going to create a LinkedIn page. I'm going to go ahead and start mentoring kids so they can succeed. So, I think about people like King Randall. Then I think about how in my own personal story, how I went to church with a bunch of black and brown people, and most of us were thriving. Most of us were prospering. Most of us were living a life that was so much further advanced than what we were living 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And it's because most of us finished school. Most of us got married. Most of us stayed married. Most of us stayed committed to a career that we can move up in. And most of us, all of us, most of us didn't commit any crimes to where we, had to be locked up and then forfeit our future for the temporary time being that we were in prison or so. But guys, it's like I said earlier, this video is how to be a victim. So instead of titling it Critical Race Theory, an animated series or whatever, it is How to Be a Victim 101. Continue to make excuse after excuse and deny all self-responsibility and blame everything on 1964 through 2021. Everything that happened between them is the reason why all black people are super oppressed and all brown people are so oppressed. But I call BS to it, and I hope you can too. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified anytime I make a video. If you want to support the channel, you could find me on Patreon, Patreon/ConservativeRepublic, PayPal, and Cash App. All of that will be in the description below. Hit that like button one last time. What do you guys say about this video? Is it a good production, or is it simply racial propaganda push to promote a victim mentality? I will see you good people on the next one. As always, God bless. Peace.